What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have some pretty big spoilers for Agatha All Along that have some pretty big implications for the future of the Scarlet Witch. This also does tie in majorly to the Vision Quest series that is going to be coming. It looks like based off of this leak and based off of a leak that we have for Vision Quest, one thing is made pretty clear. Marvel Studios has plans for the Scarlet Witch to return. And Marvel Studios might even be tying in the one and only, the forbidden name, Mephisto. And the best part is, these leaks are coming directly from Marvel Studios. Marvel released this new Agatha leak via a trailer, and during the recent interviews for Agatha All Along, they did mention Mephisto. So it doesn't get any more official than this, even though Marvel Studios did not intend for these things to be out. They're out there now. And the big leak that we got for Agatha All Along today was the confirmation that Joe Locke's character, who has been titled Teen, who Joe Locke has been stating in multiple interviews that is his character's actual name. He doesn't have another name in the show. His character is simply named Teen. That has been debunked thanks to this new leak. It is now confirmed that his character is in fact Billy. Now, this might not come as too big of a shock to a lot of people, especially if you have been following the channel here. We've been saying that his character is Billy the entire time. And it's nothing against Joe Locke. Of course, he obviously does not want to spoil who the character is, and I'm sure he signed an NDA and all of this stuff in the legal jargon. He could not say that his character is actually Billy. It's basically another Andrew Garfield werewolf situation. So nothing against him, but now we officially know that his character is not Teen, like they've been stating, but it is in fact Billy. And the reason that we know this is if you turn on the subtitles in the latest Agatha trailer for different languages, you can go to Spanish and it will actually say when Teen is talking that it is indeed the character Billy talking. Now, for those who might not know why this is so significant, Billy and Tommy are Wanda's kids in the comics. And much like what happened with WandaVision, the same kind of went down in the comics. Wanda had children, but eventually would go on to find out that they essentially weren't real. They were actually part of the demon Mephisto's soul, and eventually he took them back, and Wanda's kids were gone. Now, a lot happens in between all of this, which is a story for another video, but basically, Wanda's children become reincarnated, becoming the heroes Wiccan and Speed. And eventually Wanda and her two sons reunite with each other, and they realize what has happened, and they realize that they are a family. They are her children and she is their mother. And we believe that is what is happening right now in the MCU. Also, Elizabeth Olsen just the other day, 2 days ago on September 9th, in an interview with FM 104, said that she is definitely open to coming back. FM 104 asked about her playing the Marvel character and what it would take for her to portray the character again, in which she replied with, and I quote, "It's a character that I love going back to when there's a way to use her well. I think I have been lucky that when I started, I was used well. I think people didn't know what to do with me for a second there. If there's a good way to use her, I'm always happy to come back." End quote. So she's definitely open to coming back. The hesitation that you kind of sense here, that you kind of pick up here with what she said, is referring to Multiverse of Madness. It was made pretty clear that she didn't really like the story arc of Wanda in Multiverse of Madness, to the point to where she kind of questioned if the writer and director even watched WandaVision. And it does seem like essentially she was pretty disappointed with how Wanda was portrayed in Multiverse of Madness, because it kind of went with WandaVision, but it also went against the ending, where she kind of realized that she was doing things that were really bad and she wanted to make amends and do better. We went from her feeling that way to becoming kind of just a stone cold killer. And that's what she meant by, I think people didn't know what to do with me for a second there. She's referring to Multiverse of Madness, and then she states if there's a good way to use her, she's open to coming back. She's always happy to come back, is what she said. Well, again, it looks like Marvel is figuring that out with the reveal that Joe Locke's character is Billy, and it especially starts to seem pretty clear when you consider the fact that it's been revealed that a character in the Vision Quest series is going to be called Teen as well. So basically what we are thinking now is that one of her sons, Billy, gets reincarnated and returns in Agatha All Along. And then her other son, Tommy, aka Speed, comes back and gets reincarnated in Vision Quest. And it's already been confirmed by Marvel Studios that this is kind of a trilogy, WandaVision being the first installment, Agatha being the second, and then Vision Quest being the third. So it's very clear that they are connecting everything, and it seems to all lead back to the Scarlet Witch getting her children back, which was her whole motive in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So that is still playing off of the Wanda that we saw last. However, there could be a twist, because we have learned that in Agatha All Along, episode 3, they name drop Mephisto. And this is confirmed by comicbook.com's Phase Zero and executive producer for Agatha All Along, Mary Lavanos. Now, here's the deal. People have not seen the entirety of Agatha All Along yet. When the screeners went out, they only got a handful of episodes. I believe only 3 or maybe 4, I might have heard, episodes were shown. Plus, not to mention, this is an interview, so anything spoiler-ish, too spoiler-ish, they can't really talk about. But it's confirmed Mephisto's name was dropped, and he could possibly show up again, well, get mentioned again, or perhaps even show up in Agatha All Along. And it seems like this is actually part of a much bigger story that is going to involve Mephisto, because Deadline reported a while ago, based off of what they have been told by their sources and what they have found, they believe that Sacha Baron Cohen was playing Mephisto in the Ironheart series. And of course, Marvel Studios did confirm that this is going to be a supernatural/tech series. So it would make sense for Mephisto to be involved if we're diving deep in the supernatural side. After all, a lot of different insiders have stated that he is going to be sort of the big bad of the supernatural side of the MCU. And now he is name dropped in a show that is apparently going to bring back one of Wanda's children. So people are really starting to wonder if they are going sort of a comic accurate story route here with Wanda and her kids. It all is looking like it's pointing to somewhat of a happy ending for Wanda, with her kids returning, with Vision returning, and ultimately her returning as well. And it would be really, really hard to imagine Avengers Secret Wars without Wanda, even Avengers Doomsday without Wanda. And really, what would be the point of bringing back Billy and Tommy, her 2 children, in the MCU without bringing her back? Especially after Multiverse of Madness. You can't have an entire movie that is Wanda searching for her children, searching for a way to be with her children, have her quote unquote die here, then bring her kids back but have her be dead. That doesn't really make much sense. So all signs point to Wanda returning. Plus, not to mention, both of her kids should be a part of the Young Avengers team, and then her and Vision should be a part of either the West Coast Avengers or simply the normal Avengers in Avengers Doomsday and then Avengers Secret Wars. This is seemingly what it is all leading up to, and we just got one step closer to this being a reality thanks to this leak from the trailer with the subtitles confirming that Joe Locke's character is indeed Billy. So it seems like a lot is about to go down, especially with Vision Quest coming hopefully not too far from now, and hopefully we get that Wanda return really, really soon. In the meantime, go ahead, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Do you think Wanda's returning, or do you not think so? Would they bring her kids back and Vision, but not her? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on all things with the MCU. You can also find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.